Hi everyone. In this video tutorial, we're going to discuss about our first type of Oracle, first data type of Oracle, that is character data types. Okay, so what are basically character data types? Character data types are used to store string format characters. See, string format characters instead of simple characters. What does this mean? It accepts only those characters that are given under this single quotational marks. For example, this is a column, that is a name column. It will consist of only character values, and if we're trying to see, this is also Samir and this is also Samir, it's also name, it's also character, and it's also character, but this character is not given under the single quotational mark, so it will not be considered as a string format character. Only that characters will be considered as a string format character that are given under the single quotational marks. Okay, so if we're creating a table and if we're defining a column, okay, that will be of character types, and if we're going to insert some value in this column, so one must have to given that value, given that name under these single quotational marks. If we're trying to enter the name like this, character value like this, so it will not be considered, it will it will give a error message. Okay, it will give a error message, so it will not be considered in that case. Okay, and if you're going to enter this within, which is given within this single quotational marks, it will be easily entered in this column, so it will consist of the Samir name over here. Okay, so this is a basic logic with the character data type, that it must every character value must be a string format character. Okay, it is a string format character that is given under these single quotational marks. Now our string types basically are whatever our character string, it is of two types. It is for the first one is character strings and the second one is alphanumeric character strings. Okay, so what is mean by character strings? The string that consists of only characters, either A to Z or A to small a to Z and capital A to Z. It doesn't matter if they mix or not, but only it will consist of only character values. Whether instead of these alphanumeric characters are those that consist of mix of these all. Okay, where these digits are also work as a character and these all symbols are also work as a character, this small A to Z and this capital A to Z. For example, I've written over here two examples of these character strings. For example, firstly, I've written Twinkle G. See, it consists of only letters. Okay, English alphabets, and this also consists of English alphabets, whether capital, small, it doesn't matter. It consists of mix of these two, but it only consists of the character values. Okay, so this is what a character string. Now, what is an alphanumeric string, which consists of mixture of all the these all. Okay, that consists of letters also, digits also, and these symbols also. Okay, so this is what a alphanumeric character string. So these are the two types of strings that we have. They both are considered in case of these character values. We can store these also in as a character and these also as a character values. Types of character data types. Okay, so now our character data types are also further divided into two parts. The very first is non-unicode, or you can say ASCII data types, and unicode character data types. Okay, so these are the two types of our character data types. Firstly, we'll discuss non-unicode or ASCII data types. So what are they? When the user want to store localized data. Okay, for example, the data that consists of only one language, whether it is English, whether it is Japanese, and whether it is anything, only one language, the data that consists of only one language, that data is known as localized data. So non-unicode characters support this kind of data. Okay, what are unicode data types? When the user want to store globalized data. For example, if we're going to create a data, and that data the data is collected in Japanese, English, and etc., any of other and all other languages. Okay, that consists of more than one language, so this kind of data is a globalized data. Okay, that is a globally stored data. Okay, so this is the differences between these two, non-unicode and unicode data types, that it support only localized data, that is the data that is created only one language, using one language, and this support the data that is created using more than one languages. Okay, in this, in one column we can store values of different languages, but in this, if we're creating a column and if a first value and that column is English, so all other values will must be of English language, but in this it's not that. Okay, we can store any value, any language in the column, in the specified column. Okay, so this is the basic differences between these two over here. Now, our non-Unicode data, these are the non-Unicode or ASCII character data types, that is char, varchar, varchar2, and text. So these are our Unicode character data types, that is n varchar, nchar and ntex. There is no more differences between these two in this, and these all data types are preceded by and, whether in this not. Okay, so this is the basic differences between these two. Otherwise the working of these all values, that is nchar and char, it's same. Varchar and varchar, varchar2 and varchar2, it is same. Okay, so this is the basic differences between the varchar and Unicode and non-Unicode data types. Thank you for watching the video.